Sassy friends. How's everybody doing? You guys, these nails are looking fab now. This guy gets grown out a bit and we're in business. He's officially done with any, like, you know, little snaggy bits I gotta file down. I think he's officially good. Now he's got to get grown out. Everything's at a great length as far as I'm concerned. This one might be getting a little long, but he's good for now. Hi there, I'm Stacy with Stacy's Sassy Crew and my sassy styles and my sassy self, for that dang matter. Happy almost sub box time. Let's get a shout out for that. If you're new here, welcome. Come on in, settle in, get on your best sassy mood and enjoy. If you have not subscribed, please do so. I've got about 28% of my people that watch my videos have not subscribed yet. Girl, you're missing out. You are missing out. I do my nails about every fourth day, I think, third or fourth day. During Christmas, we do them every day. During Valentine's Day, we'll up them a little bit then. And definitely during Halloween, which is it's my love time. That October, November, December is my time. I am not a stylist. I am just a Color Street addict. I use all kinds of strips. For example, today we're using Sally Hansen from 2013. This set is called Out of Line. It's stinking adorable, you guys. Let me pick it up here and show you. Isn't that so cute? It's like a rainbowy chevron of sorts. Super cute. And then Loch Ness Monstrous, and that was Halloween this year. And Smash Hit, which is the Halloween DIY kit. And there's officially nothing better in life than the Halloween DIY kit. So, there you go. Now you know, you guys. Now you know. Alright, so we are going to... We're going to see. Alright, I took out like 3 or 4 of each of these because I don't think it'll take more than that. And when I was taking these Sally Hansens out, you guys, 2013, so they're 10 years old. Girl, they were like butter. Like butter. Okay, so I've decided I'm going to do these in this order, and here's my reasoning. I know that putting black under this will definitely change the tone of it, and I actually think even putting orange under it would change the tone of it. I know black under the orange would change the tone of it. So I'm going lightest to darkest in hopes of not changing the tone of anything. So first of all, what I want to do is I just want to trim down this edge. And this is going to be hard because these little scissors aren't great at doing just a little edge bit. But it'll work. It'll be good enough. And this will go for 2 fingers more than likely. That's my hope anyway. I've got it all. These are so nice and sticky, and seriously, when I took them out of the package, you guys, I was like, oh my goodness, they were like the freshest. Like they were just made, you know, this week instead of a freaking decade ago. Okay, so I'm gonna start by doing this, and I want that kind of ripped look because that's my favorite scissor. Has the ripped look. I wonder, I could use it on a bigger finger. No, not on my ring finger. Oh my god, that would have made me mad because ring finger is gonna be my art finger. So this is one that we planned together, you guys. And if you're wondering what I've done differently, you'll see in how I do the, how I'm doing the style, I guess, or the setup. What I'm doing finger to finger will show you what I'm doing differently. Alright, so today is Valentine's Day release nails. Did you order? What did you love? Or are you happening to be like me who feels like I want to wait and see what my sub box is? before I buy any, because we know we'll get, you know, 4 or 5 in the sub box. So then I'm like, do I need... Okay, now listen. Nobody told me this, but this is my thought. Okay, let's say they made 15 Valentine sets. We'll pretend that Roy made 15. Roy is the guy that's head of the design team, you guys. If you're wondering, why do you know that, Stacy? Because when they did their conference, they had him all over Instagram and were like, yay, there's Roy. He's in charge of design. So when Roy gets thrown under the bus, now you know why. Because he's in charge of design. Okay, so anyways, let's pretend that Roy made 15 Valentine's designs. And he goes to whoever. Hopefully, honestly, hopefully somewhere in that mix, he goes to Fa, right? And says, here it is. Here's my 15 Valentine's designs. They're innovative. They're full of love. They're everything you've ever hoped for in a Valentine's Day design. And now, in theory, Fa's gonna go, good job, Roy. You good boy. I don't know if he thinks Roy's a good boy, but we're gonna pretend he is. And he's gonna take the top 5 out of that and put it in the sub box. Because I don't care who you are. I don't care what you wound up thinking of last month's. The overall was, the first sub box was a freaking debacle. So I'll just leave it at that, okay? I've got plenty of videos on my opinions on it. I've read millions of comments of other people's opinions on it. And I'm just going to say, first, the kickoff month was a debacle. So that means that we need, for January, to bring it. Just it. I don't know what it is, but girl, you better bring it. Okay? So Fa picks out the 5 best and says, these are for the sub box. And then his next 5 best are what he's going to put out for the Valentine's Day release. And the last 5, they'll probably save for next year. No, the last 5 hopefully get put back on the drawing board, right? And somebody will, you know, make adjustments to them, and then maybe by next year they will be considered the best. Or maybe the bottom 5 were only the bottom 5 because, like, something was too similar to some other set, or too similar to something we've recently had, or whatever, right? Either way, there was 15, and now there's, you know, 5-ish for the sub box, and there's 5 that we released for Valentine's Day. So my thing is that because, you know, I get the sub box, but B, I get 2 of them. I want to know what those are before I decide if I want any of those Valentine's Day sets. I love the heart overlay. I actually also really loved the let me think a second here on this nail so I make sure that I have plenty. I love the heart overlay, and I love the spotted one where it was like kind of two-toned, and some of the spots, some of the leopard or cheetah or whatever, some of the spots were also heart-shaped. Loved it, but you guys, I think I would love it in teal. Like, I was glad they put out a purple set. You guys know that I am probably one of the least purple people in all the land. But I still hate that we just fall into Valentine's has to be red and pink. So, yeah. So that. I want to see some other, I would like to see some other colors. So I thought maybe I would do that spotted one Like, I would dupe it, but in teals, like a darker and a softer, because those colors are my jam. Also, so is orange. Orange is also my jam. But I think teal for I don't know if I feel orange for Valentine's Day, but I definitely feel teal. So that's what I'm thinking I'll do for that. I assume I will probably end up getting the heart overlay, but I also know this little guy don't got much thumb. I also know that I want to wait a bit to do it. Like, I want to see my sub box first, right? So sub boxes should ship on Monday, which is the 9th, or at least start shipping. I mean, I'm hoping I will see my sub box before the end of the week, and then I can go from there, right? That's my idea. I gotta nip this careful because I don't actually want to accidentally take any length off that nail. Okay, save that guy. I mean, so far this is going good. 3 strips of of whatever your colors you're doing, if you want to do something like this, right? And also, I could have easily not brought all 3 colors into every nail. I want them in every nail. I just don't want them to be like, I didn't want to do full nails on every finger, you guys. I need some negative space in my life sometimes. A lot of the time. Oh, it's so cute. That papery, ripped paper look is my fave. I mean, you already know, but still, I'm here to tell you it is. Let's see. This poor little short thumb, you guys, he isn't much of a tool anymore. Like, he's very little help, if any. He's just there for looks now. Anyway, so my point was, I want to wait to order Valentine sets until I see what the sub box is. I feel like I'm gonna wind up duping that one set in teal, the pink one. Like, I think it's so cute, but I also worry about how soft the pink is, that then I'm gonna get it on my finger and not love it, and it's gonna have been a waste, you know? And the other one, well, I love the overlay, but I just like to, you know, make a collection of overlays, you guys, because you always need them. Especially the black and white one, or the, yeah, well, I mean, black art ones. You can just use those. You know, it's a heart. Girl, use that whenever you want. You could use it for your anniversary. You could use it for somebody's birthday. You could use it on a set you're like doing on behalf of your pets. There's just lots of ways you can use that one, so. So I say the heart overlay is a must. I also like that it's kind of almost looks scribbled, you know. It's not like perfect little hearts, and I am a super fan of that. You know, I'm all in for the wonkiest bits. The purple, don't care for it either way. Like, I don't hate it, but I also don't love it. I don't have a need for it. I won't use it. That's the point. And then, what else? The red with the pink glitter and the black glitter. I kind of wish they'd have left the pink glitter out of it and just did black glitter. I think I would have liked it more. The pink glitter is throwing me off on it. I like the red backing. I love the black glitter. Like, I'm glad we're seeing more black glitters these days. Did I say, you guys, make sure you take your plastics off on these or it'll be a nightmare. A real live nightmare. Don't worry, I know it's not covering all the bits at the tip, but that last piece I put on is gonna kind of cover everything up and clean it. Clean it up. Did you guys hear that they're thinking of changing? I don't know if they're thinking of, I mean, at this point, I believe they're meeting on it. Is today, Tuesday. Changing to one catalog. I don't think it's so much thinking on it as they are going to do that. To a once-a-year catalog. Okay. Of course, I can't offer you any details, but here's how I think it will happen is that we'll get a spring catalog. It'll have all your like must-have style staples. And then they can do like a legitimate fall release. This year was our first year that we ever had like actual fall sets. There was leaves, there was fall colors. It was like a legitimate fall themed release. This was the first year of that. Now, personally, girl, I would love to see like 4 real fall releases, spring releases, winter releases, where the nails are actually, you know, themed around what the season is, instead of just doing an in general, you know, here's fall and winter, here's spring and summer. I think that we'll get way better nail designs, and they're still going to do their, you know, like 4 seasonal releases. They'll just be, so, okay, listen. Now, again, you guys, I'm not a stylist. I have not any inside information really to tell you. What I'm telling you is how I think, I kind of think it'll go. Also, I'm going to tell you what I think they should do. But first, I need a sip of coffee. These look like a big shit show right now, don't they? Bear with me. Please bear with me. Okay, now I'm going to peel the plastic off of this one just so I don't forget. And then we're on to Loch Ness. Okay, so what I think is going to happen, what I understand is going to happen just from the limited information that they got. I think that the spring, the catalog launch, it won't be called a spring launch, right? It'll just be the yearly catalog launch, okay? So the yearly catalog will launch in the spring because that's the start of the year. And you will get, like, you know, solids will be removed, glitters will be removed, overlays will be everything will be, girl, let's just look a second. Okay, so these are our solids. They'll remove some, they'll add some. Glitters, remove and add some. In my opinion, why not get rid of this? Why not get rid of this Prism FX and instead do, well, I mean, peak my luminosity. I'd hate to see that go. but they could move that into an overlay section, really. Well, I don't know. Anyway, and hopefully they will bulk up the glitter dip section. Nail art designs, I think there will still be some, but I don't think there'll be a ton. The Frenches, I feel like, are going to wind up getting a little bulked up. And then hopefully the nail art gets bulked up, like big time, hopefully. And then also pedicures, I don't think they'll bulk it up too much beyond the 5 sets, because I think that then in the summer they'll do like giant pedicure release again. Like this is, to me, that's how it's gonna work. Like you're gonna have your catalog is gonna have your staples. Like I love this set you just released, but I need a white glitter to go with it. So you'll go to the catalog and be able to get Couldn't Care Less, right? I love this set, but I need this, this, and this with it. Okay, then you go to the catalog and you'll be able to get your staples to go with these mini releases that are more seasonally appropriate for the 4 times a year. And then I think, and then of course the holidays will still be in there, but I would love to see spring sets that aren't always just kind of like a pastel plaid thrown in with some half-ass rabbity type sets, you know? I don't know. Their Easter release is always the most lackluster in my opinion. Their spring sets are always just like a plaid, a pastel plaid, which is cute, but why can't we have jewel tones? And you guys know I've said it a million times, but I'm saying it again, girl. Springtime in Minnesota is not pastel. Springtime in Minnesota, you're coming out of freaking 6 months of white, 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 white everywhere, and everything looks beautiful and vibrant and like jewel tones. God, give me a break on the pastels, you know? And there needs to be pastels, because like nail friend Amy, girl, she loves pastels year round. So there's got to be pastels. It's got to be an option. Just, does it have to be the only option for spring? Just like I say, does it only have to be red and pink for Valentine's Day? Anyway, that's how I think it'll work. And if any of you just wondered in your head, then what are you going to do for the ruckus? Then we would just have one ginormous ass ruckus a year. And it would be ruckusier than all the other ruckuses. Personally, girl, I would love it. That would be so fun, because I kind of feel like right now, I barely get to take a breath between spring and fall. Like it just goes so quick. And I do think I personally would be very happy to have just one giant ruckus a year. But you guys can give us your input on that, even though it won't, you know, I mean, you can give me your input, but still, if they're only doing one catalog a year, then we're only doing one ruckus a year. And if you're new here and you're like, what's a ruckus? Bestie Marcy and I hold a huge like catalog launch party on Facebook and give away, like, you know, last time I think we gave away 300 and some odd sets of nails. I think last night I was going through nails and trying to get stuff sorted for the ruckus, because you guys, that time is already coming, and it's like 500 sets this year, and they're, you know, full unopened sets. It's, you know, but we also do twosies and partials, and this year I've got a good bit of off brands for anyone who wants to sample those out. We just make it a huge, I can't even explain it. I can't explain it. We do tons of, well, I do tons of live nails. Oh, it's the most fun in all the land. It really is. But it is also work. It's also work for my land. For this land. So this year I'm making, normally we just have a variety of bags that we do, the prize bags. So basically what we do is any buy 3 get 1, we put a prize in the bag. And you're like, what could it, you know. By the end of it, when we draw for the prize bags, and we do 4 of them, normally there's probably 100 plus prizes in each of the bag. And this year I am making reusable grocery bags, like reusable totes for all of them, and I'm so excited. I was discussing it with Mars. We've already been, like, things have already been in the works because they have to be. Because when you're hosting something giant and ridiculous like that, it has to be thought of ahead of time, you guys. That's all. Like, way ahead of time. So, been working on that in the background, and that is what would happen if they switched to one catalog. It would just be one giant kickoff. And again, we are not stylists. We're just hosting this, you know. And the, you know, these big prizes and sets and stuff, they're coming from us, not from our stylist, Shannon. She's lovely, and she does do special deals during the ruckus, but we're supplying the stuff because that's how we are, because we like everything to be in a ridiculous party. We can't just be like, yay, let's host a party. We got to be like, okay, how can we make this the party to end all parties, because that's how we are. Ridiculous. But we do loads of fun stuff in there and games every single day. It is so everybody who comes in is like, oh, I'm so excited to do this. And then like day 2, they're like, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. And then after like 2 weeks of it, because we usually run it a good 2 weeks, then people are like, no, don't let it end. So, you know, it definitely gets a hold of you, because it is a lot of craziness and fun. You guys, I wouldn't be having to like try to look where I'm putting these if I did just took out one more nail strip, but I'm just like, what if you just have 3 partials that only have 3 or 4 strips each, right? Then you're gonna have to be carefuler like I am on this one, and that's good to see. It's good to know how to do that. Oh God. I mean, this poor guy, let's not even look at him. He just is living a rough life right now, okay? And then we're on this guy. Beauty. Oh, he just barely missed that tip. I can fix it. Look, he just barely missed that little tip. This makes me think of a patchwork. Oh, speaking of, I know what I was going to bring up, you guys. I watch a couple different... I know this is going to shock you guys, because you are well aware. If you have been to anything where I am live, I am like 100% of the time in my nightgown and a sweater, you know? Like, that's my comfort level right there. But I watch a lot of fashion girls, trend girls on YouTube, and they've been talking about the trends for 2023, and this just made me think of that one of the big trends is quilted stuff. Are you kidding me, Stacy? No, I am not kidding you guys. So that could be interesting. You know what would actually be kind of fun is like a quilted overlay. Oh, that would be kind of cool, with like quilty patterns on it. Okay, there. I just cut that down because it's gonna have to fit in here, right? And then candy floss, which is like cotton candy pink, is one of the big colors. Grunge is very big for 2023. Whatever, I'll take more black stuff, dark stuff, moody stuff. What am I missing here? Poop. I was watching the video thinking, I gotta tell them guys what's coming. That's what's coming. Quilts. That's what stuck in my head was quilts, you guys. And baby pink stuck in my head, or candy floss pink, because that's a hard one, like nail wise. That baby pink is a hard one, you know, because if they don't make it like what's the word, like solid enough or whatever, opaque enough, then it winds up just like dissolving into the color of your skin. Basically, it's a very very hard one to do. And also I always feel like pink is a controversial color. Like, I don't think any other color is as controversial as pink. Like, either people love it or hate it. I don't feel like you get so much of that with other colors, like, you know, purple or red or whatever. I don't feel like they're as controversial. So, you guys, those damn deep smile nails last week. Nail friend Angela's like, I can't do those because all I can see is this. and that's very fitting. That's literally all I can see too. Oh my gourds. I gotta show you though. I saved this picture this week. Isn't that cute? Flower decal with a gem and some little black squiggles. It's a you know, it's a polished one, but that's okay. We can make it happen. We can make it happen. All right, now let me think how I want to do this. Now this one's gonna be coming this way, but I also want both sides of, because it's not gonna be like against my skin, I want both sides of it to be like paper cut, right? So let's see if we can do it. Yeah, we can do it, you guys. Not only can we just gone and did it. We gone done it. Done it. Anyway, the reason I brought that up, that I watched some fashion-y gals, is because you guys know that fall leans heavily, too heavily in my opinion, but heavily on fashion trends. For what he, like, when they're doing their stuff, they'll be like, here's 5 people wearing really horrible outfits. We've now made you a set of nails to match it. He leans way too heavily on it, in my opinion. But anyway, that's what's coming. So what you guys got to look forward to is some quilted nails. I gotta doctor that bit because I went too far down. Some quilted nails, which I actually think a quilty overlay would be very cute. Now also, it would be one of those things where you probably wouldn't wear more than, you know, a couple accent fingers of it, or it would be super busy. I mean, I guess it would depend on how Roy goes about that. Come on, Roy, here's your chance. This one will work. And you saw, I'm assuming by now, that they're taking the nails down 15 days after the holiday. So like if they put out Christmas in October, then 15 days after Christmas the nails come down. So I think it'll be a good way. I mean, here's the thing, it's a double-edged sword for me, right? Because let's say, for example, a perfect example for me is I love that Yule set for Christmas. So that's an easy fill-in. Like anytime I order, if I just need one or two, you know, or a set or two to fill in to make my buy three get one or 2 buy 3 get ones or whatever, then I could throw Yule on there because I know that I'm not going to feel bad. Couldn't Care It Less, Sahara Jewel, you know, there's a lot of like those staple sets that I could throw on, you know, whenever. But Yule isn't a staple. Yule is seasonal. And it's the same if you find a, what are those called? Foundation set that you love. Same thing, right? Like you could just throw one on. But now if they're getting cleaned out after a certain duration, you're not going to be able to do that. At the same point, if you want it, then you're going to have to get it, right? Like you won't be able to bugger around forever. So hopefully it just keeps it neater. And I would like to hope that if the catalog is only going to be once a year, that it will be it'll be much bulkier as far as like your standard colors go. Like if you think, you know, this is a staple, then make sure that, you know, your everyday colors are in there, right? We'll see. We'll see. And I'm sure we'll hear more about it after Tuesday. It'll be a hot topic. And it will be interesting, in my opinion, to see if they then keep it as like, you know, that this change happens in the spring. Is it still going to happen in the spring? I don't know. I would assume, but I don't know. And like I said, it's all just speculation for me because they don't know anything yet, so I haven't heard anything yet, so I can't give you more speculation. There we go. Boy, that's messy. I just cleaned those up and now they're messy again. Alright, well, I don't feel like I did a real bang up job if I was trying to match that girl, that picture, but I also didn't really feel like I was working on matching her so much as like using her idea of, or using their idea, off-brand idea. All right, let's see. This one though, I did this a pre-shake, so it should be, yeah, it's pretty well shook. we're gonna do Northern Lights so that we can add, because the, you know, Loch Ness Monstress is a Prism FX, so of course that's got beautiful spark in it. But the other two didn't have any glitter, so we'll add it. And I like Northern Lights best because A, doesn't shrink my nails. B, it's just a very beautiful small, tiny flaked hollow. What else? It never goes stringy. It dries fast. I mean, I don't got any affiliation with Northern Lights, but if I was ever gonna get a sponsor, let it be them. Please send me 1 gallon of it, because I use an absurd amount of it. Like, this must be at least my 3rd or 4th big bottle of it, and before that I went through many small bottles. The reason I've switched to these 2-ounce ones is because they have so much more glitter in them. It's mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. Come on, buddy. Comes the little ruckus maker. There we go. Well, I really like these. They do, surprise, have a little bit of a Halloween feel to them. But, I mean, I did use Smash Hit and Loch Ness. I could have changed Smash Hit for a teal. Maybe would have been a better idea to pull the teal out of that strip. And then it would have gave it, you know, a different feel. But I don't mind feeling like Halloween, you guys. I don't mind it. Yeah. Alright, there we go. See you in a few days. Have a good one.